Hello everyone, welcome back to Autotrend TV. I am your Viprajesh again from Annamalai's Renault Coimbatore Avinashi Road showroom today, and I am here with the newly launched Renault Duster Turbo CVT Automatic RXZ top end variant. And I am going to take a detailed test drive of this car to check out its performance on the roads of Coimbatore along with its CVT automatic transmission to see how does it perform. So let's go on for a detailed test drive. Yes folks, I am right now inside the new Renault Duster Turbo RXZ top spec variant, and this here is the CVT automatic transmission equipped version. So first of all, safety first, I'll just put on the seatbelt, and now let's check out the refinement once I start the engine. As you already know, there is no push button start, you have got only this key, it's a manual key. So let me just start the car. So that was the overall refinement. It is actually very quiet, and let's just start driving. All the controls fall into hand easily. Of course, you have to remember that the headlamp stalks are on the left side, whereas the wiper stalks are on the right side. So here we go. The first thing you notice is that it is exceptionally refined. You only get bare minimum engine noise, that too only a whoosh from the turbo. There is no clatter or rumble or anything. It is exceptionally refined. Well, external noises are filtered inside, so it is fine though. But the throttle response is really very good. Throttle response is really very good. I am doing around 50 km per hour. I don't know in what gear I am. I'm just driving in the regular drive mode, and it's just like any other car, only a bit more responsive. The response is immediate, and it's really easy to drive. There is nothing that you have to remember while driving. There's literally nothing else to be complicated. So let's just cross the signal, and yeah, I have already activated the engine start stop system, and as you can really notice that the engine automatically cuts off, and once you release the brake pedal, it automatically starts. So this is a good fuel saving technique, and since it's hot today, I'll just turn on the aircon to a bare minimum speed. So everything is perfect. Of course, you lack certain features such as an electric sunroof, automatic headlamps, automatic wipers, but still this is a good car to drive, and it's very easy. At say below 1000 RPM, there is a bit of lag. There is just that little bit of turbo lag, but once you cross that, it is effortless. It's literally effortless. As you can see, I'm just putting my foot down, and it just pulls. It just pulls without any question, without any doubt. It is so strong, and the braking too is very confident. The steering feel, of course, is a bit harder than any other electronic power steering. This is an hydraulic unit, and the communication between the steering wheel and you is really very good. So the plus side is that you get great level of handling. You can just control this car by using telepathy. Well, that is just a simile, but it is really very good. And at low speeds, only the negative point is that at low speeds it feels a bit heavier, on the heavier side. Not too much, but a bit heavier than those electric power steerings. As you can see, it is fine, but it is just that bit heavy. It's completely fine though. Enthusiasts will definitely love the steering wheel. Of course, the Duster has its plus points like amazing ride quality and good handling, so that has been carried forward to this turbo variant as well. I'm sure that this engine will perform exceptionally well. Let me just get to a free stretch to demonstrate that. I am on Kodishia Road, and this is sort of a free stretch, but it is kind of filled with traffic today, moderate amount of traffic, but still I'm going to try a high-speed drive. Now as you can see, I have my foot on the brake pedal, so the engine has been cut off, and if I just remove my foot, the engine automatically starts and the creep function works pretty well. Now let's just start punching, and that is all. Typical of a CVT automatic transmission, there is a bit of rubber band effect, but only for a few seconds. Once you cross that, it is all just power, and punch. And oh my god, that is a strong pull. Of course, you can feel the 254 Newton meter torque, and within no time you are doing 110. And the body control is amazing. I mean, as you can see, I just left my hands from the steering wheel, and it's still going straight. There is no kickback, there is no sort of repulsive action or something you have to fight on the steering wheel. It is very easy to drive this car at high speeds, but only thing you have to be conscious regarding the speed, because you cannot feel the engine noise and you cannot feel the speed inside the car or on the steering wheel. So you have to keep an eye on the speed off. So that was a quick drive on the free stretch. Now let's take a U-turn. Of course, the turning radius is typical of a Renault Duster. It is not too big or not too small, but still it is quite nice. And the steering wheel surprisingly is light for a hydraulic unit, and it is easily manageable. Now let me just get to the rough section on the Codicia ground. And I have a massive pothole over here. Okay. And the Duster soaks all of that with ease, and you barely feel anything. The ride quality, as you already know, is amazing. Let me just try pushing it on this rutted section. No kickback from the steering wheel. Well, there is just a bit, and the handling is beautiful. The body control is simply amazing. Even though this car has 17-inch alloy wheels, everything is soaked up very well, exceptionally well. You barely feel anything. You feel like you are driving a solid SUV with a proper SUV suspension, and that of course is a Renault Duster trait. So no worry on the rough stretch as well. You saw how this car tackled massive potholes and even on this rutted section. So it is nice, really very amazing how Renault has tuned the suspension, the steering and the overall chassis of this car. So let's just get back to the free stretch where I can get a bit more now on the way back. So you already saw my drive on the rough stretch. Now I would like to drive this car in the manual mode. Of course, this car also has a manual mode where you can control 7 steps of say gear levels, even though this is a CVT automatic transmission. Now let's start punching. Of course, this car has ESP and traction control, so it won't let you launch easily, but if you launch it, this is how it goes. And this is manual transmission, and once you pop to manual mode, the gears are indicated on the display. Now I am in 4th, doing above 70, and you have to pull the transmission lever down to upshift. That is how it works. Now I'm in 5th, and some auto traffic, and yeah, even if I punch in 5th gear while doing 70, it just picks up without any fuss. It picks up 6th and 7th. Of course, this car also has a 7th gear, well, 7th step to be precise. And if you try doing around 100 or 110 in 7th, this engine is pretty well relaxed, and it will also give you very good efficiency, because the engine will barely be doing around 2000 rpm even at such speeds if you are in the 7th step. So that is how good it is. Now let's take a U-turn. Yeah, of course this is a CVT, so you will of course notice the CVT rubber band effect while doing aggressive driving. If you want immediate punch from the engine, as you can see, I'll just demonstrate. So yeah, there is just that half-second lag, but it's good for a CVT. Even though this is a CVT, you only get that half-second lag instead of a massive rubber band effect with a whole lot of engine noise. This is a very well-tuned CVT automatic transmission with an exceptional engine. So let's go on to the showroom, and I'll demonstrate further things about this engine and chassis and features on the way. So yes folks, I'm driving in the traffic of Coimbatore, and I would like to show you how this engine performs in such stop-start traffic. And I'm going to reset the mileage meter over here. So let's see how does this car deliver mileage in such traffic conditions. I am not driving aggressively, I am just driving regularly, just as I would drive my Nano or my Ertiga. So even while driving in such city traffic conditions, it is absolutely beautiful. It is definitely not as heavy as the Kicks I drove. The Kicks definitely feels way heavier, be it the chassis or the steering wheel, but this does not feel that heavy, and it is just like driving any other small car or even a compact SUV, even those front wheel drive compact SUVs. So at city traffic conditions, if you are stopped at a signal, the engine start-stop works amazingly. Of course, I'm not sure how much of a mileage benefit you will get by using that system, but definitely it will maybe improve the mileage by say half a kilometer or 0.2 of a kilometer. But still, it is worth having that feature, and that feature is available only on the top spec variants of this turbo version Renault Duster. And as you can see, the engine has automatically turned off, so it is quiet in this cabin. And the engine, even if you rev say up to 3500 rpm, it does not sound harsh, and there is barely any engine noise. It is really very amazing. The safety is also pretty good. However, on the safety aspect, due to the electronic stability program which this car has, this car cannot be launched as aggressively with wheel spin and all that drama. So I cannot also find the button to turn off the ESP, which is kind of a bummer on such a powerful SUV. If you want to have some fun, you need to have a button which can turn off the ESP, but still it is completely fine. The cruise control works perfectly, but I am unable to demonstrate that on this road. And yeah, that's it. So let's go on. Now that I have removed my foot from the brake, the engine automatically turns on, and the creep function works perfectly well. So driving this car is really very easy. It does not feel like an SUV. There is no bulk to it. However, people who have gotten used to driving Cretas and Seltoses will definitely feel the weight of the steering wheel, which I think it definitely needs. An SUV needs to have a bit of heft feel on the steering wheel. That is a necessary point, which I don't think many of the people realize. They want SUVs to be as easy and soft as a hatchback. I don't know why, but this is how an SUV should feel like. Let's just punch it. And catching up with traffic is very very easy with this car. In no time you are doing 80, well, which is not recommended in the city, but since this is a sort of free road, it is fine. And the signal is open, and we have intrusion. The horn is decent. It is decently powerful, and yeah, I am through the signal. Of course, there is a bit of rubber band effect, which is completely fine. Driving on the back roads of Coimbatore's Gandhipuram, which is the heart of the city, of course you get to see a lot of not very well finished roads with a lot of patchworks and some unmarked speed bumps, and that's how the Renault Duster goes through that. It is exceptionally compliant. Even though you get a bit of vertical movement, there is nothing filtering inside the cabin. There are no shocks, and it is as smooth as you want it to be. As you can see, we have a Scorpio and we have a speed bump, which is rather a sharp one, and that is how it goes. Everything is just sent off, waving goodbye. And we have a bit of a rough stretch over here, a sort of rutted road with a few potholes, as you can see. Nothing is felt inside. The suspension works absolutely silent and beautifully compliant as well. And we are going right. Wow. Speed bumps are not even felt inside if they are a bit too small. Only larger speed bumps need some speed reduction. This is a proper SUV suspension and this is how it should be. We have a Jeep Compass which is waiting for us, surprisingly. And the size of the car is that it can be easily handled at any tight situation. And voila, I am out of that tight situation. So that is how good the Renault Duster is. Despite being an 8-year-old car in India, it is as good as any other compact SUV and feels the most SUV-like in this category. When you compare with the Seltos, the Creta, even the compact SUVs such as EcoSport, Nexon and all, this feels more like an SUV. That's how good it is. And I would have preferred to have an all-wheel drive option on this turbo petrol Duster, but unfortunately Renault does not offer that. Maybe because the efficiency could be even worse with an all-wheel drive system. Talking about efficiency, this car is delivering around 10.5 to 11 kpl in the city with all the driving I have done after I reset the meter. So that is good. That is good for a 156 PS powerful engine and very, very remarkable. So now let's conclude this review.
Before I conclude this review, let me just quickly take you through all the details of the Renault Duster RXZ Turbo variant. Visually, there is no actual difference when you compare with the regular RXZ variants, except for the red accents all around the body. This being the top spec RXZ variant, you get projector headlamps with LED TRLs, and you can clearly see the red accents on the front grille and the front fog lamp enclosure. Moving towards the sides, you get to see this brand new 17-inch alloy wheel design, which also gets red accents at the center. Apart from these alloy wheels, it is really hard to tell the difference between the regular RXZ variant and the turbo petrol ones. You additionally get a red Duster branding on the roof rails and on the tailgate. Apart from this, there is actually no difference at the back as well, and it is nice to have this rather tough looking skid plate. Well, on the right hand side corner of the tailgate, you get the turbo badging for the turbo petrol variants, and since this is the Xtronic automatic equipped version, you also get the Xtronic badging. So now let's get inside this car to check out the features.
Yes folks, I am right now in the Renault Duster RXZ Turbo top spec variant and this is how the dashboard looks like. You may have already seen my walk around of this car, so I'm going to quickly take you through all the features available in this car. Of course, you get leather wrap steering wheel with cruise control buttons, and other cruise control buttons for the activation and deactivation are on the center console. You get this 7-inch touchscreen system with a reverse parking camera, Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. You also get automatic climate control with the temperature display on the touchscreen system itself. You also get a plain Jane looking instrument cluster with the MID on the right extreme. This display also shows you the gear indication. As you can see, now the car is in parking, so that also is displayed. And of course, you get storage spaces such as on the dashboard and just below the dashboard. You also get safety features such as dual airbags, ABS, EBD, and ESP with hill hold are available weirdly only on the CVT automatic transmission equipped versions. So this here is the 7-step CVT automatic Xtronic transmission, which is really good in terms of performance and very, very responsive, surprisingly beautiful in terms of tuning and immediate response as well. You get a armrest for the driver's seat at the center, and there is also the engine auto start stop button just below the automatic climate control console. There is a 12-volt charging socket over there, and the power window buttons are on the door along with the auto folding controls for the ORVM. So that was all about the features on the dashboard. Of course, this car does not get additional fancy features such as an electric sunroof, automatic headlamps or automatic wipers. It neither does get center AC vent, which is okay, which is kind of fine because this car itself is about 8 years old since it was launched in India. still it is completely all right. You get a height adjustable driver seat, which gets the control over here, which is kind of a rather cheap looking rod. As you can see, this is a pneumatic old type height adjustment lever, which is completely fine. You just have to get used to this. The rear seats of course get a center armrest with two adjustable headrests, whereas the center passenger gets a non-adjustable headrest, which is totally fine. The rear seat space is also about decent, and the overall comfort is pretty good with decent amount of under thigh support. Now let's take a look at the boot.
Opening the boot of the Renault Duster RXZ Turbo Petrol variant, you get the exact same 475-litre luggage capacity, which is easily the segment best, and you also have the option of folding flat the rear seats to improve the overall luggage capacity. The spare wheel is located underneath the body, and it is actually a 16-inch space saver steel wheel. Now let's check out the engine bay. Opening the engine bay of the Renault Duster RXZ Turbo Petrol variant, you surprisingly get a gas strut to hold the heavy bonnet, and this here is the 1.3-litre turbocharged 4-cylinder petrol engine, which produces 156 PS of maximum power and a maximum torque output of 254 Newton meters. You get either a 6-speed manual transmission option or a 7-speed CVT automatic transmission option, and only the automatic variants get the option of ESP traction control with hill hold. This engine is exceptionally refined and very powerful. Combined with the great driving dynamics and ride quality, the Renault Duster Turbo can be an excellent long distance cruiser. So now let's talk about the pricing and conclude this review.
So that was a detailed test drive review of the new Renault Duster Turbo RXZ CVT automatic variant. I think that despite the lack of its features, it provides you an amazing performing package along with that amazing ride quality and beautiful handling chassis. So do let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this Renault Duster Turbo version. I recommend that you should seriously take a test drive of this car before deciding on that Seltos or the Creta. So the pricing is on the screen for you to check out this Renault Duster Turbo range, be it the manual or the CVT automatic range. Meanwhile, this is Viprajesh signing off. See you on another video. Thank you for watching.